The growth or the fixed mindset. Look, ultimately, these two worlds are worlds we can all enter. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to enter into the world of the growth mindset and give your greatest self to the world. So, what is it going to be? Growth or fixed mindset? Look, we've done so many YouTube videos, but this has to be one of the most important if you want to advance your life. This channel is all about helping people go from where they are to where they want to be. That's what I am. I am a coach, and the word coach comes from a coach and horses. Why would anyone go on a coach and horse? Well, it's pretty obvious, right? They are somewhere and they want to go somewhere. Who would go on a coach and horse and say, I don't know where I want to go, just take me anywhere apart from here? Very few people would do that. However, that's how most people are living their life today, just kind of living in hope, living in what is known as drifting world, rather than deciding to grow. So what is a fixed mindset? What is a growth mindset? This all really came to the fore with a lady called Carol Dweck, who is a professor at Stanford University, specializing in motivation. And I find that subject of motivation fascinating. What motivates people to move? What motivates people to go from where they are to where they want to be? Well, often they don't know where they want to be. What moves people in most cases is pain, a prognosis, a diagnosis, or the pleasure of just getting something immediate. Very few people know who they want to become. Most people know what they already know. And mindset for me is really, what is your mind set on? And most people's mindset is focused on being fixed. I challenge you to think of the growth mindset and the fixed mindset as two different worlds. And as you enter into those two different worlds, you'll see the world radically different. So a fixed mindset is where you just believe it, that you are who you are. This is me. I'm set in stone. There's not much I can do about it. I was just born this way. You believe deep down, you wouldn't tell anyone, you believe you're not good enough. So you're trying to prove yourself to everyone. You want validation. You want more likes, more comments, more people to tell you something that maybe will validate something. It'll give you a full sense of optimism. And you think that failure is bad. You don't want to we don't want to reveal the world, to the world, how you feel and think. But with a growth mindset, it's the opposite of this world. As you enter into this world, everything is a challenge. Everything that happens is fuel for your growth. You're so into OMS. OMS are obstacles, make me stronger. And everything is about cultivating. Everything in life is about getting better. We've spoken about this before on many of our videos, and it's about this. The man who won the Nobel Prize in 1937 basically said that all life exists for one reason. You know what that reason is? Growth. Everything grows. Everything has the potential to grow. But the difference between humans and everything else is choice. And you can either make this choice or that choice. And the man who was responsible for co-founding Alcoholics Anonymous said the most important thing in life is to start off with the truth. But what is the truth? I'd say the truth is what you think is true. And if you really face yourself, are you choosing to grow? Are you choosing to stay where you are? And we talk about this once again, we talk about this a lot in terms of how many people do you think there are in the world right now that don't feel like doing something? They don't feel like doing something. And because they don't feel like it, their actions are dictated by their feelings, and that dictates who they are becoming. You see, the most important belief about the growth or fixed mindset is how you see yourself. If you see yourself, I believe I'm fixed, I believe I'm not good enough, then this is how you move through the world. If you believe that what you've been born with is just the starting point, then you'll believe that you can become your identity. You can decide who you want to be. Your actions can be dictated by that identity, and your feelings come. You don't care about how you feel. If you don't feel like doing something, you'd say to yourself, what's that got to do with anything? I know who I am becoming, and that is who I'm committed to being. And ultimately, we all face the same challenge. We all have the same duck in our head, if you like. That's what we call it. A voice in your head that wants you to stay where you are, that doesn't want you to stand out, wants you to fit in. We all have that, but we all have the genius as well. With the genius within that wants you to grow, that wants you to advance. You know, it's fascinating to me how many people have started things but don't finish them. How many times in your life have you done that? I've done it. I've bought books, I've great intentions. I've just read the first few pages and I'll read that later. I've signed up to things in the past, but I'm very, very careful now about my own mindset because I've made the decision to grow in a way that I've never grown before. We don't have to settle. Most people are settling for what they have. And I promise you, when you settle for it, you're going to die before your time. You're going to die not as fulfilled as you possibly could be. So I challenge you, see everything as fuel for your growth. If you really want to grow, develop the learning mindset where you see everything in life as the opportunity to learn. That you know it's not just about your nurture, it's also about your nature, who you choose to become. And as we start to wrap up this video, these are really simple concepts I'm talking to you about. But ultimately, I think a fixed mindset is a mind that is entrenched in some sort of fear of loss, fear of being found out. A growth mindset is about loving what is, loving the challenge, loving what you're becoming. When you're in the fixed mindset, you are drifting. Napoleon Hill talked about this in the 1920s. 98% of people, he said, were drifting, giving in to temptation, starting things and not finishing them. If you really want to grow, it's quite boring. It's quite mundane, but it's about planning. Planning, when do you want to achieve something? Where do you want to do it? And how do you want to do it? And ultimately, the price around all of the growth mindset is there is no finish. Because so many of us start things and then we get overwhelmed by the amount of work that it's going to take. But I promise you, the true growth mindset is there is no destination. It's an ongoing destination. You want the destination to always be a number of steps in front of you. So yeah, you might achieve something, but you only achieve something to then achieve something else. To keep going and keep going forwards rather than settling for what you have. It's entirely up to you. The growth mindset, I believe, is the biggest and most important choice you'll ever make in your life. The question is, are you ready to grow? To grow to where you've not been before, to shed the skin of who you thought you were. If you are, in the comments below, let us know. Where in your life do you want to grow? Where in your life are you growing? Where in your life do you need help? Because very few people get to where they want to go on their own. You were pushed into this world. Your mum pushed you into this world. And because you were pushed into this world, you probably need a bit of pushing. Everyone does. Everyone needs a coach. And that's what we're all about. A great life, it doesn't happen by chance, it happens by design. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.